All right, guys, welcome back. We have Dolidze versus Hernandez coming up this weekend, another fight night. Again, I've been messing around with the mic. I've got a new mic set up, and I'm trying to make it work with my camera. I got a camera, I'm building out this channel better for you guys, and also, using all the camera stuff for this channel for my actual YouTube channel. But another kind of really boring, kind of awful fight night. Again, uh, Hernandez is kind of exciting to watch. Dolidze, absolutely despise watching him fight, but it is what it is. We got Chimaev versus DDP coming up soon. I'm gonna run through this fight card and break it down. Just give you guys some picks and stuff like that, because we did say we are gonna break down and pick all the fights and do recaps for all the fights. So here we are. We're back in it. We're locked. We're locked in. Okay. If you guys noticed a difference in the audio and you like it, let me know, because mics aren't cheap. Like this bad boy right here was like $200. So hopefully it sounds good for you guys. We got Cody Brundage versus Eric Monaco. I should know who Eric Monaco is. I feel like I haven't watched one of his fights yet. But I watched a Cody Brundage fight recently, and I thought he was going to get smoked, and he didn't. And he came out and cooked a guy. So I'm going to go with Cody Brundage. I think he's actually, every time I see him fight and he actually fights, he's better than I remember. He's more technical than I remember. When I envision him in my head, I don't envision him being like, super technical, which he's not necessarily super technical. But he's always better than I envision him. And he's not bad. He really isn't that bad. So I'm going to go with Cody Brundage. I think he's going to get the win over Eric Monaco, but I don't think it's going to be like an impressive performance or anything like that. Two chikes that I actually do not know whatsoever. Oh my God. Might be the worst breakdown video ever. I'm sorry, guys. We're going to go for the one on the left because she looks meaner. The other girl looks like some white girl from, I was going to say Sweden, but Lithuania is pretty close. Look at the knees on this chick, man. Damn, she's got some knees on her. Brazilian chicks usually tend to be a bit more meaner and a little bit more just stronger, masculine, I feel like is the right word. But I'm going to go with Gabriella for this one, but don't put any stock in that. We got Gilbert Urbina versus Oris Medic. Again, a lot of fighters that 1, 2, 3. Cody Brundage is the first fight of the night, but also a lot of like not big names on this card so far, and pretty much for the whole card, to be honest. So I'm gonna go with Uros Medic. I think he's better than Gilbert Urbina. I feel like that's how you pronounce it, Urbina. Uros Medic is just gonna be like more of a man. Oh my God, bro! I hate making these videos. This one's awful. I really don't watch a lot of these guys' fights. And I'm not studying for a fight card like this. I'm just absolutely not. But I do think Uros Medic will get this one done. Another girls' fight. We got Jocelyn Edwards versus Priscilla Cacuera. Jocelyn Edwards is actually really good. I watched her last fight. Her striking is pretty good. Am I thinking of the same chick? I feel like I am. Her striking is pretty good, but I feel like she kind of sat around a little bit too much and kind of pissed me off. I think she's a better striker than Priscilla Cacuera, and I don't think she's going to get subbed or taken down or anything like that in this fight. So I'm going to go with Jocelyn Edwards to win by just more output, better landing throughout the whole fight, better strikes. She's just going to beat her up in the striking, but she's probably not going to get her out of there. So I'm going to go with Jocelyn Edwards to get this one done. We got Elijah Smith versus Toshiya Kazama. This is a good fight. Elijah Smith is really good. For those of you guys who, some of you guys have watched Elijah Smith kind of come up. He did some of the Contender Series fights, stuff like that. Big prospect, big name. I feel like I don't know, I should know this off the top of my head, being running a YouTube channel for MMA. But I believe his dad is a pretty famous coach for MMA, and he's been training pretty much his whole life. But I do remember his last couple fights, he looked very, very good. He's very high level, and I think he's going to be just a little bit too, I guess the right word would be high level for Toshima Kazama, who is pretty good, but Elijah Smith is really good. He's one of these guys that's in this division that's going to go, he's going to go way up there for sure. He's definitely going to be a top 10 fighter if he keeps it up. Is it 135? Yeah, 135. So I think Elijah Smith should get this done, should get the finish in this fight. I would say second round. I don't see how he doesn't, win this one in pretty dominant fashion. But at least we have an exciting kind of prospect so far. the prelims. At least one fight that I like. I kind of want to watch. Julius Walker versus Rafael Coquera. Yeah, again, another kind of just mid fight. I'm gonna go with Rafael Coquera. He's just kind of a better athlete, better, well-rounded fighter, a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, I think. We got Brazil versus the States, dude. I don't even remember really watching any of Julius Walker's fights, to be honest. Like, I'm basically doing some predictions for this fight night off of the fucking pictures. I'm not gonna lie. Like, some of these guys, I really haven't watched a lot of their fights, but I do think Rafael Coquera will get it done. Christian Leroy Duncan versus Eric Anders. I mean, everybody watched Christian Leroy Duncan's last couple of fights. He's gonna win this fight probably. His last fight, he looked really, really good. He's way more. People talk about him being like super athletic. He doesn't look quite as athletic and jacked and strong as he actually is. Like he's really athletic and really, really strong, and he uses it. So his striking is really good. He just pieced up that Polyev guy that won his last fight. He's way better at stand up than Eric Anders. His takedown defense is going to be way too much for Eric Anders. I don't see a way Eric Anders wins this. To be honest, I think Christian Leroy Duncan should just bash him. The problem with Eric Anders is he's going to get hit, especially against a good striker like Christian Leroy Duncan, and Christian is going to hurt him when he hits him. That's the problem. So I think Christian will get him out of there in the first or the second round. Should be a pretty easy night for him. But that's an exciting fight. Gene Matsumoto versus Miles Johns, another interesting fight that I'm looking forward to. Miles Johns is an interesting fighter. Gene Matsumoto is an interesting fighter. Gene Matsumoto's he's on the come up, but Miles Johns is he's no joke. He's a really good fighter. Is this 145? 135, 145, I guess. Two little tanks, man. Bro's 5'6", bro's 5'7", and they're fighting at 145. They're kind of like the Volks of the division, I guess. Very similar. Both really good fighters. Both very strong. I think Gene Matsumoto is going to be too much for him, for Miles Johns, but it'll be an interesting fight to see. This is kind of like one of those ones where I think it's. I was going to say it's a pick 'em, but I would lean towards Gene Matsumoto. The problem with guys like this in this division is they both hit really hard, and Miles Johns hits you clean, it could change the fight. So, but I'm gonna go Gene Matsumoto for this fight right here. That should be a fun one. And then there are some okay fights on the card. Like I always like watching Andre Fili fight, even though he's got kind of cooked the last couple ones. When I first started watching him, I was like, this dude has so much aura, and then it just disappeared, brother, which is a shame to say, but. Miles Johns versus Gene Matsumoto is a good one. It's good to see Christian Leroy Duncan fight and Elijah Smith fight. There's some okay casual, like some hardcore fan names. Other than that, we got fucking Angela Overhill Kill, who's 90 million years old, fighting against Andre Fili versus Christian Rodriguez. Dude, I swear to God, if Andre Fili loses to Christian Rodriguez, I'm gonna crash out. He could, knowing like how things have been going for him recently, but I really hope, for Andre Fili's sake, for our sake, for the sake of having like an entertaining fight, that he does win this one. I'm hoping Andre Fili wins this one. I think he should win this one. He's going to be better in the striking. He's well-rounded everywhere. He should be better everywhere than Christian Rodriguez in this fight. He's got a big reach advantage on Christian Rodriguez. He's good with the striking, so hopefully he can keep him at distance and just destroy him. Like I would like to see Andre Fili get like a nice like KO, and like we can start to say he's on his way back. We'll see. Is this Jasmine or Lasmin Lucindo versus Angela Hill? I want to know how old Angela Hill is at this point. She's got to be like 39. I wonder if I click on this here. Show me how old she is. No? Okay, it's loading. There you go. It doesn't tell you how their age either. I got to get used to actually using the UFC website. Anyways, I think Angela Hill is a little bit more well-rounded than Yasmin Lucindo. I would say she has more experience because she has triple the losses. Maybe I should go for Yasmin Lucindo. She's pretty good. Yasmin Lucindo's pretty good. She's got good grappling, if I remember right. She just looks chunk in this picture here. It's just kind of why I'm like second guessing it, but I don't know. Angela Hill's very much at the end of her career. She's had a pretty she doesn't even have a 2-1 record, which is crazy. She's got more losses than she does 2 wins. She's got literally like more than one loss for every 2 wins, which is not good, especially in a women's division. I know she's been around a long time fighting the top girls, but I think Lucindo should take this. I don't even know why I second guessed that for a second in the beginning, but Yasmin Lucindo should get this. They're kind of stacking all the women's fights they need to offer a third fight to on the card here, and this is the third card in the main event. Oh my god, our third fight in the main event. Wow, we're snapping the bottom of the barrel, boys. This is a tired MMA prediction. We're just cracking this one out. Steeve Erceg versus Ode Osborne is an exciting fight. I think this is a good fight. This is probably one of the 6 fights I'm looking forward to the most on the card. I think it'll be very competitive and it'll be entertaining. Ode Osborne's tall, like Steeve Erceg for the division, like very big, both 5'7", 5'8", which is crazy for flyweight. I'm like 5'3", 140, 145, like 143, and I started actually counting calories, shredding down, even though I already had abs, like 6-pack abs, trying to get shred down just to look good for the rest of the summer. And also I'm getting used to how long it takes to cut weight from that much, because when I was fighting at 125, I was cutting from 130, 132, and I put on 10, 12, 15 pounds of muscle, same body fat percentage and everything, and cutting that 7 pounds was super easy. Dude, to cut from 143, 145 it's going to be a nightmare, and let alone what these guys are cutting for. They got to be cutting from 150. So crazy. I think Steeve Erceg is going to be better than Ode Osborne pretty much everywhere in this fight. The problem is Ode Osborne's actually, pretty good, pretty well-rounded. I just don't think he's going to outstrike Steeve Erceg. And I don't think he's going to one-shot KO Steeve Erceg either. That's we know Kai Car-France dropped Steeve Erceg and finished the fight that way. I don't see Ode Osborne doing that. I see Steeve Erceg being, a little bit more technical, a little bit more cleaner, a little bit better on the counters with striking. And in the grappling, this dude went pretty much tooth and nail grappling with Pantoja, Steeve Erceg. So there's no chance Ode Osborne's going to, have an advantage grappling with Steeve Erceg. It should be a pretty obvious Steeve Erceg win, I think. I think this is one that he should get done. Start putting him back on track to work towards another title shot. He got fast-tracked really, really quick. And he's fought a lot of good guys in the last couple fights. So although he's lost against the best competition. I think he should beat Ode Osborne for sure. So I'm going to go with Steeve Erceg. I don't see... He could TKO Ode Osborne. I could see that. Or just a decision, 3-round decision where he puts it all together and just beats Ode Osborne on the scorecards, mixing in some grappling and getting the better of the striking. Fuck, brother! I swear to God, if Roman Dolidze wins, I might actually delete this channel. I don't. This guy is why am I forgetting that one guy that always throws just a solid body kick from southpaw, Paul Craig. He reminds me of fucking Paul Craig, dude, and it pisses me off just watching him fight. I don't know. I really don't think Roman Dolidze is good. But he keeps winning against half decent talent, but in really shitty, boring ways. So I think, and I hope, and I pray that Anthony Hernandez can put it on him and get the win here. Anthony Hernandez has got really good cardio. He's got good striking. He's definitely got better striking than Roman Dolidze. He's got really good grappling as well. I mean, Roman Dolidze is definitely going to be the stronger man in there, the bigger man in there. But I don't know. I'm going to go with Anthony Hernandez. I think he's going to be able to put a pace on Roman Dolidze. Roman Dolidze will tire out, and Anthony Hernandez can mix it up a little bit better. So I'm going to go with Anthony Hernandez. Holy shit, I'm tired this morning. Versus Roman Dolidze. Yeah. Should be God, this is a co-main event. It's brother. Roman Dolidze in a co-main event in Big 2025 is just appalling. I wouldn't even be mad if it was Hernandez versus somebody else. I'm not a fan of Roman Dolidze for some reason. You can hate on me if you want, but I don't know. I've just never been entertained watching his fight or impressed watching one of his fights. So I'm going to go with Anthony Hernandez. I'm excited for the Steeve Erceg fight. That's a good fight. I'm excited for the Andre Fili fight. Miles Johns and Gene Matsumoto is a really good fight. Eric Anders versus Chris Duncan is a good fight. Julius Walker versus Raphael could be an entertaining fight, but we'll see. Elijah Smith, I'm excited to see. Some of these could be entertaining fights, like this Orosmetic versus Gilbert Urbina could be an entertaining fight, but I'm not really excited to see it, if that makes sense. I'm excited to see if Cody Brundage can get a win again somehow. That'll be funny. But yeah, pretty much the only people I'm really excited to see are Christian Leroy Duncan, because his last fight was awesome. Gene Matsumoto, I'm excited to see him. Feely, Erceg. That's about it. Elijah Smith, maybe. Pretty boring fight card, but we got a big fight card coming up next week, so I'm excited to see that. Hope you guys enjoyed. This was kind of, I barely watch half the people in the card. Let me pick based on the way they look predictions. So I hope that didn't throw you guys off too much. We'll actually be back in it, in the thick of it after I watch all these fights, begrudgingly sitting down, going through them all for you guys, thinking about like the technique of Angela Hill and everything like that, so I can give you guys a good breakdown. Should be something else. All right, deuces. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. See you in the next one.